You know those cartoon characters that can run circles around anything? Well, this muscle car brand decided to build a real-life version, and it became one of the baddest rides of the 60s. This unlikely combination of high-powered performance and cartoon-inspired styling made this car a true legend in the muscle car world. A wolf in sheep's clothing that would leave unsuspecting drivers in the dust. In a world of brutish, snarling muscle cars, this muscle car stood out with its playful nameplate and playful paint schemes. But make no mistake, beneath that light-hearted exterior lurked a beast of a machine, ready to pounce on the competition. This unlikely pairing of cartoon character and high-performance hardware is what made this car such an icon of the late 60s muscle car era. Stay tuned to see how this improbable muscle car legend came to be and the impact it had on the industry. When you hear the name Roadrunner, you probably think of that zany cartoon character that can outrun anything. Well, Plymouth decided to build a real-life version, and it ended up being one of the baddest muscle cars of the 1960s. Under the hood of this unlikely speed demon was a mighty 383 cubic inch V8 engine, capable of rocketing the Roadrunner down the quarter mile in just 14 seconds flat. That's the kind of performance that would leave most of its muscle car competitors in the dust, and all for a sticker price under $3,000. When you consider the Roadrunner's blending of cartoon-inspired styling and raw, unbridled power, it's easy to see why this muscle car carved out such a unique niche for itself. The combination of a stout 383 V8, blistering acceleration, and a shockingly low price tag made the Roadrunner an absolute bargain for anyone seeking high-performance thrills. It was the perfect recipe for an affordable yet formidable muscle car, one that could embarrass much more expensive rivals while still leaving room in your wallet. So, what do you think? Would you have been brave enough to tame one of these wild Roadrunners back in the day? And do you think Plymouth was onto something with this whole affordable performance concept? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. When Plymouth decided to model a muscle car after the iconic Roadrunner cartoon character, I'm sure a lot of people scratched their heads. How could a vehicle inspired by a goofy, lanky bird possibly compete with the beastly muscle cars of the 60s? Well, Plymouth had a trick up their sleeve. They managed to stuff a monstrous 383 cubic inch V8 under that playful Roadrunner hood. The result was a performance sleeper unlike anything else on the market. While the Roadrunner's whimsical styling and low price tag might have led some buyers to dismiss it as a joke, the moment they stomped on the accelerator, all bets were off. That V8 powerhouse could launch the Roadrunner down the quarter mile in a jaw-dropping 14 seconds flat. I can just picture the scenes at the local drag strip. Some unsuspecting hot rod owner, all confident in their tricked-out muscle car, only to have the unassuming Roadrunner blow past them like they were standing still. The looks of pure shock and disbelief on those other drivers' faces must have been priceless. Plymouth had somehow managed to infuse serious performance into a package that screamed, all bark, no bite. But the Roadrunner wasn't just fast in a straight line. It also had the handling chops to back up its speed. Nimble and responsive, this muscle car unicorn could carve corners with the best of them, leaving more expensive competitors trailing in its dust. It was the perfect combination of affordability, power, and poise. A muscle car that defied all expectations. So what do you think? Would you have been brave enough to line up against a Roadrunner at the strip? Or would you have written it off as a joke? I have a feeling there are some epic tales out there of this unexpected performance hero humbling the competition. Share your stories in the comments below. The 1968 Plymouth Roadrunner was truly a one-of-a-kind muscle car. It took the concept of affordable, high-performance thrills and turned it on its head. While other muscle cars of the era were getting bigger, bulkier, and more expensive, the Roadrunner bucked that trend by packing serious firepower into a relatively compact and inexpensive package. When you think about it, the Roadrunner was kind of a unicorn. It blended the unassuming, almost cartoon-like styling of its namesake with the brutal acceleration of a 383 cubic inch V8. This unlikely combination made it a true wolf in sheep's clothing, an absolute menace on the drag strip that looked like it should be chasing a coyote around the desert. But the Roadrunner's impact went beyond just embarrassing the competition on the track. It helped usher in a new era of affordable performance that would go on to shape the muscle car market for years to come. By proving that you didn't need to break the bank to get neck-snapping speed, Plymouth opened the door for a whole new generation of driving enthusiasts to get in on the action. In a way, the Roadrunner was a trailblazer, a muscle car that defied convention and reshaped the industry. It showed that you could have your cake and eat it too. Blistering acceleration combined with a price tag that didn't require a second mortgage. And that philosophy of delivering maximum performance for minimal cost would go on to influence countless other muscle cars in the years ahead. When you look back at the muscle car craze of the 1960s, a few models stand out as true icons. Cars that left an indelible mark on the industry. And right up there with the biggest names is the unassuming, yet utterly formidable Plymouth Roadrunner. This was a muscle car that defied convention, blending cartoon-inspired styling with neck-snapping performance that left the competition in the dust. What made the Roadrunner so special was its ability to deliver blistering acceleration and handling at a price point that was actually attainable for the average driving enthusiast. While other muscle cars of the era were getting bigger, heavier, and more expensive, the Roadrunner bucked that trend with its relatively compact size and sub-$3,000 price tag. Yet under the hood lurked a mighty 383 cubic inch V8, capable of demolishing the quarter mile in just 14 seconds. This unique combination of affordability and raw power was a revelation in the muscle car world. Suddenly, you didn't need to be a millionaire to experience the thrill of neck-snapping acceleration. The Roadrunner proved that you could have your cake and eat it too, blistering performance without breaking the bank. It was a game changer that opened the doors for a whole new generation of driving enthusiasts to get in on the muscle car craze. But the Roadrunner's impact went beyond just its own success. It helped pave the way for an entire era of affordable performance that would shape the muscle car market for years to come. Automakers saw how Plymouth had struck a chord with buyers by delivering maximum thrills at a minimum cost, and they scrambled to replicate that winning formula. The Roadrunner had effectively rewritten the rules, proving that you didn't need a blank check to enjoy heart-pounding, adrenaline-fueled driving. So, what do you think? Did the Roadrunner's legacy as an accessible, high-performance icon cement its place as one of the all-time great muscle cars? I'd love to hear your thoughts on how this unassuming Plymouth left such an outsized mark on the industry. Share your take in the comments below. What are your thoughts? Was this car really a joke? And don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more muscle car legends from the golden era of the 60s.